Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the best lead generation strategy in 2026. So you will only need Claude code and a free account that I'm going to show you a bit later. So with the emergence of AI, you can really find high intent leads very easily. What people used to do before, they were scraping database like Apollo, Sales Navigator, and doing outreach. This gives very poor reply rate. So let me show you something. Let's assume you have a podcast and you want to invite great people to talk on your show. So you just send Claude this phrase, and this works for, any business. It works for news, it works for fundraisers, it works for pretty much everything. So I say, find online founders who appeared on a podcast in like 14 days in B2B SaaS. And I send it to Claude. Claude is going to get the right leads for me. And that's where it gets interesting, because I'm going to show you how you can contact those leads. So it's looking for leads right there, loading tools. So here are all the Apple podcasts. It's going to scrape those podcasts, take the names, and I will have a list of names right there. So here, as you can see, it's doing its work. So in the last 14 days, it found all these founders. So Grant Stanis, Jeremy Goyo, I don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, I have 5 people right there. And I could find more. So what I can say right now is, please fetch their LinkedIn URL and profile picture URL. If you don't find the image, take another image online. Push this to GojiberryAI. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a third-party software that is going to get this data, and then on the third-party software, I will be able to contact all these leads on LinkedIn and by email. So I'll show you how it works. It's really, really cool. And I'll show you how to set up everything. So here it's doing, it's looking for all the LinkedIn links for pictures. I'll show you why I do this. So here I'm getting pictures of all these guys, fetching the URLs, and then it's going to send everything to Gojiberry, creating contacts. So what I'm going to show you just after is how you can connect a free trial tool to Claude, and how you can then contact those leads. So here I'm creating the contacts as we speak. And if I go to the Gojiberry account and I go to contacts, here I have the 3 leads. So they are being added as we speak. And then we'll have the images and so on. So here, all the LinkedIn URL, push the 5 contacts, and then it will fetch the URL for the image. So I'm using a tool called GojiberryAI that helps you find high intent leads and contact them. So here, as you can see, the images have not been pushed. So I can say push LinkedIn image URL to Gojiberry. So it looks a bit cleaner. So what Gojiberry does is very easy. It finds high intent leads for you and then helps you contact them. So as you can see here, I have leads that engage with specific content, leads that engage with industry experts, leads that engage with competitors. So Gojiberry helps you find high intent leads. And then if you do Claude, you can get another source of lead on top of that and get even more leads. So if I go here, it's fetching all the images. So we'll have a look at that later on. So to set up these intents, which are also high intent leads, so you can go to Signal Agent, you can edit an AI agent, you define your ideal customer, you define the intent signals you want to track, and there is also one very cool feature I'll show you just afterwards. So let's go back to contact. Here it hasn't updated the images yet, so it's still fetching right now, but it doesn't really matter. So for each lead that you see here, you can get their email, you can get AI messages based on the intent. So for example, she just engaged with a post about outbound. So it's going to create a message saying, "Hi Kaylee, I saw you've been exploring outbound strategies lately." Just because she's interacting a lot with new outbound strategies. And once you get the leads here, you can send campaigns. So in Gojiberry, you can craft messages around which podcast the guest attended. So it's going to say, hey, I saw that you appeared on this podcast. I'd love to invite you. So you can just start a campaign, create an AI campaign, and then it will create a campaign just like that with AI messages. So I'm sending an AI message as a first message, and it's going to take the intent. So here the intent is invited on the podcast. So it will craft a message around that. So imagine you just have to write a sentence into Claude and you will get the best leads for you. So if I go to contacts, oh, here it updated someone, here not yet. So it's still working. Here it updated. So as you can see, as we speak, we have the contact right there and we got all their email fetched here. And little by little, everything will be updated from there. So to connect Gojiberry and Claude, it's very easy actually. So we have a full page I'll add just below. So basically on Claude right there, you just go here, you go to settings just here, you go to connectors, you configure, you add a connector, you configure it. So I'll put the documentation just below. It's really easy to do it. You create a free GojiberryAI account right there, start for free. You get an API key and in 5 seconds you are set. So it's really easy to do it. In Gojiberry, you go to settings, API, you create an API key, you paste it into Claude, and that's it. So guys, if you want to find high intent leads, either on social interaction, so GojiberryAI can help, but if you want to find leads based on news, based on what's happening daily, you can use Claude and just ask Claude to find the right leads. And so I could ask Claude to send me a lot more leads. I could get the 200 last people invited in B2B podcast, reach out to them and maybe get, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 responses. And so that would just start my podcast in the best way. So if you are interested in using GojiberryAI, you can just use the link below. If you want to set up the MCP, that's the same. It's in the description. So thank you guys and see you soon.